The moment most readers flip the Three of Swords, they gasp. Heartbreak. Betrayal. Someone's leaving you. That reaction is understandable. The image is dramatic, but it misses the real medicine of this card. The Three of Swords is not forecasting fresh sorrow. It's exposing the sorrow you already carry, the wound you keep reliving in memory's loop. An ungrieved trauma that still pilots your behavior from deep inside the psyche. Hi, I'm Paul, and this is Tarot Logic, an analytical approach to intuitive reading. Think of it as a psychological scalpel, a precise cut that releases pressure built up over years of silent pain. Swords are air, the element of mind and clarity. The three is understanding, the first structure with depth and perspective. Put them together and you get this formula. Thought plus memory plus surgical understanding equals a liberating truth. Why does the scene feel so raw? Because trauma lives in the body of memory. When an event overwhelms you, abandonment, shame, violence, your nervous system may never file it neatly into long-term storage. Instead, the sensory data hovers just beneath consciousness, waiting for a trigger. A smell, a tone of voice, a tarot card can all spark an involuntary flashback. Your heart races, vision narrows, and you feel the past as present. That is not imagination. That is PTSD in action. The mind's attempt to finish a story it never resolved. The Three of Swords marks the exact second that flashback becomes conscious enough to name. You recognize a lifelong pattern. I push people away before they can reject me. Or you see how an inner critic echoes a parent's voice. In Jung's language, a complex, an autonomous cluster of memories and emotions steps out of the shadow and into the spotlight. Painful? Yes. But also the first real chance to deactivate it. Look at the card's anatomy. 3 blades, 3 vectors of cognition, analytical thought, spoken truth, objective insight. They converge upon one issue, pinning it so it can no longer hide. At the heart is the psyche's emotional core. It bleeds only because the protective scar tissue is being sliced away. There is a temporary turbulence as suppressed material surfaces. As lightning might crack the sky, so rain can cleanse it. In Crowley's Thoth deck, the title is Sorrow, and the astrology is Saturn in Libra. Saturn, the gravity, the consequence, the reality. Libra, balance, adjustment, ethical truth. Their union means sorrow is the weight that tilts the scales until you correct them. The sorrow is purposeful. It demands an equilibrium. So how do you work with this card instead of fearing it? First, name the memory. Write or speak the specific scene that still hurts. Include sensory details, giving the wound a voice. Naming drags it from limbic reenactment into cortical processing, where healing begins. 2, map the trigger pattern. Identify what situations, words, or faces ignite the old pain. Seeing the trigger removes its ambush power. You become the observer, not the hostage. 3, rewrite the narrative. Ask, if I had the strength and resources then that I possess now, how would the story end differently? Your nervous system updates when given new outcomes to rehearse. 4. Somatic release. Trauma lives in muscle and fascia. Breathe fully, shake out tension, even cry if it comes. Emotion is energy in motion. Let it complete its circuit. And 5, integrate the lesson. The real victory of the Three of Swords is insight. What boundary, value, or purpose emerges from this pain? Turn the sword's edge into a tool of discernment going forward. Context matters. In a spread, the Three of Swords can show, in the past position, a formative trauma still echoing, time to process and retire it. In the present, awareness dawning right now. You're in the thick of the revelation. In a future position or an advice position in the spread, actively invite truthful confrontation before the complex hijacks you again. Remember, the card is not hurt. The hurt is older. The card is the sterile scalpel and the bright surgical lamp. One more myth to bust. The Three of Swords is not perpetual grief. After the incision comes closure. Rain rinses the blood from the heart, the clouds pass. You exhale and discover space, once filled by defense mechanisms, is now available for vitality, intimacy, and creativity. Pain transformed into power. Homework, if this card appears. Free write 2 pages beginning, "The moment everything changed was." Circle any sentences that blame a younger version of yourself. Rewrite them with compassion. Pull a clarifier from the suit of wands and ask, what new action can grow from this regained energy? If this deeper lens helps you to reframe the Three of Swords, subscribe to Tarot Logic. Share in the comments. Which repeating memory still stabs you? And what first gentle step could release its blade? As always, read with clarity. Read with structure, and always read with logic.